Alright, here we are. Day number 7, and our next challenger from Team Latof has stepped up, and that will be a realist. So realist is Paul, I think that's what his name used to be. Paul? People know him as Paul. I didn't know what to call him until I started calling him Povis, and it sounded really weird. Sounds like, okay, I'll call you Povis then. Commentating standing up from this angle is very weird. Like really fucking weird for me. Alright, we're gonna deal with that anyway. So we're on landmarks here. Root on 2 lives and Realist is on 4 because he is a new challenger. Both players are A class, so they are gonna be taking 1 life away each. Obviously Realist needs 2 wins to completely eliminate eliminate Root. Root needs all 4 of his wins. Predictions are open on who's gonna be eliminated. So if you want to predict, you better fucking vote now. Else you're gonna be out of luck, my guy. You're gonna be completely out of luck. But Root, both players gonna go silver here. Root on the bottom right, Will is on the top left. And look at this, Really is going for a Woody build. Just without the Tesla Trooper. If you don't know what a Woody build is, it's exactly this. Except that Woody goes a Tesla Trooper just to kill this tree and this tree. So you can put a refinery right here. You can actually build it from here as well. But it looks like he's not going that direction for now. So 4 miners there. Another 4. Hasn't sold the first ref. I don't think he needs to. Could be useful later on. Service depot already out. Is that a double drone from Root? It is a double drone from Root. Realist. Maybe not seeing the double drone yet. I did get the colors mixed up. Let me just change that real quick. Yeah. That's better. Alright, look at this really aggressive build by Realist. Right up front. If you don't know who Realist is, he was one of... You know, he was... Who was it? Osama? Was it Osama or was it Zed? I don't remember. He was someone's teammate in the 2v2 and he actually played really fucking well. So I'm interested to see how he'll do in a 1v1. Obviously really strong RA2 player. Was he playing with Max? Nah, he was teamed up with someone else with Rhino Spam. I think he was teamed up with Osama for Team Rhino Spam. They played RA2 and he was really fucking good. Yeah, you and Max was just a filler, but look at this engagement right towards the middle here. Realist out-tanking Root. Root does have a sentry gun advantage. 2 sentry guns now. Fodder going down, but Realist still staying strong there. We've got a radar coming up now. This is why I love this map. Players are building towards each other for their maximum amount of damage. And that is the best thing that you want to happen. Now we have a Deso up, but the Deso gets eaten by the dog. Good little doggy here. Let's see even more Desos coming in. Now he control shifts. No splits happening, no expansions happening yet either. Got a 4-4 factory from Root. Realist still a little bit holding on here. He does out-tank Root, to be honest. It may be a little bit of a no-brainer or a half-brainer on why Root is on the tanked. But Realist a little bit cautious in pushing in. Oh, my headphones are swapped. Left is right, right, left. Whoops. Oh, nice corny push there from Root, taking out a Warp Factory and the barracks as well. With a Tesla Tower right in front. Tesla Reactor. Tesla Tower right in front. Realist out tanks, so I'm not sure why he's not pushing in. He has the defender's advantage. He has a bit of an eco issue. But he can definitely make some difference here. He's just a little bit too cautious, I think. I'm seeing a lot of people still unpredicted in chat. Y'all better get voting, man. Let's just split here from root onto that left side. Yeah, realest down to 2 wars now. Comes a third. So split on the left side there, just getting pushed back a little bit by realest. He's still out tanking root. Maybe just quite a bit, but not anymore. The root did catch up with his production. This side root has spent down to his bottom left and sold his MCV. Realest hasn't sold yet nor expanded to his top right. Little split down to his bottom left here for realest, while his main fault is on the right side. But root absolutely dominating so far. I mean, realest had high enough number of tanks, but he's just a little bit cautious in pushing in. Really don't know why he's not pushing in a little bit more. He had the tank numbers, he maybe didn't have the map control. Maybe he was a little bit too worried about the defender's advantage from root. But at this stage, your war factory is right nearby. So the only thing realistically you could be worried about is the sentry guns. But look at this engagement now. Both players have a good number of rhinos. It seems like root is a favorite here, but I think it is pretty much even at this point. But root finally getting an edge there. Fresh rounds come out of the war factory and realest goals GG. And there you go, root taking yet another live. Good evening, Neat. GG. Look who's standing. Welcome to the group. Hell yeah, bro. Thank you. I've been missing out. The 3 lives for realist. Alright, we're moving into Tiburon. You know him. He's realist in QM, he's Povis on Discord. You know him. Come on. He's been in the community for a while, bro. Alright. Alright, we're on to Tiburon next. And root swapping to allied. Realist gonna stick to Soviet. That is his main faction. Root was ranked too low. Root was A class. Root is ranked A class, so I don't think he was ranked too low. He is right where he belongs. It's just that maybe among the A class players, he might have been the better one. Yeah, he is a Iraq Kingdom. You played him in a show match. Yeah. I casted that show match, dude. We're like overall A plus? Yeah, I would agree he's A plus. But the A classes do not have plus or minuses. Because of the interest of time, we just decided to fuck it, everyone's A class. If not, it will legitimately take like another 2 weeks to finish this entire fucking thing. Because some fuckers don't want to play, some players don't want to play, like, come on. You agreed to the fucking tournament and then now you're saying, oh, I can't make it, oh, I can't do this, can't do that. Like, come on, bro. Come on. I'll just rank too high. Nah. Doesn't matter who's ranked too high or too low. I mean, either way, they're now A class. So got double war here from root. Nice little expansion onto the bottom. Realist is moving to MCV. Attacking this 5 minor, one moving down towards the bottom. Got a second wall. AFC is now out, but yeah, Tiburon. Better map for allied. Better map for allied. So, not too sure how realist is gonna play this. He seems to be applying some pressure onto towards the bottom. Oh, here's a funny thing. Someone was saying in a certain chat, I won't say who, I won't say names, but there was someone who was like, the captain asked, oh, person A, do you want to go next? And then he was like, No, I don't want to go next ideally. I didn't know Root was this strong sober. And it was one of the funniest things I ever read. This is how strong Root is when he's playing sober. That means all the time he's been playing high under the influence. So that's something that Root should be proud of for sure. But yeah, Root is S-class sometimes. He is absolutely a top player. Especially when he focuses down and does things like so perfectly to the T. A clear example is in the 2v2 Showdown when he was absolutely dominating in MVP really. Oh, look at this paradrap. He was an MVP in a game with Marko, Max, and Matt in a 2v2. Like, how? There's no easy feat for that, and really just spending so much money on the dogs. I think the dogs has been rally pointed. Excuse me. But yikes. The paradrap getting away maybe a little bit too much, eh? So Root expanded towards the top left hand side. We got 4 walls now for Root with an AFC. Another miner. Another refinery about to come up, but realest as well expanding down towards the bottom side. Bing, bing, bing. That's for War Factory. This is actually might be the furthest I've seen anyone pushing up. Expanding when they're spawning on the right side. Really, really close. So Rocket is constantly being a menace here. There's another paradrap around the back of realest's bait. And now Root is gonna push in there with the Grizzlies. Snipes the miner. Obviously realest is out tanked because the Grizzlies do build quicker. But now the lab comes out. Now gonna see some Mirages popping up pretty soon. That's gonna be where the danger is going to be for realest. Nice push down. We got Prism Tower, Prism Tanks as well pushing in. I'm liking the unit combination here. Rockets, Prism Towers, Mirages, Grizzlies from Root. Realest seems to be having a really hard time, and there you go. Root pushes all the way in. The Mirage is now pushing in as well. Takes out the flag, and Realest is gonna chase. Is being chased all the way through here. Root losing a lot of units. But the defender's advantage for realest is still there, but eventually the out-tanking Root does pull it out the bag here. Still successful in this push. Look at his unit control as well with the Mirages. Completely in a separate control group. Absolute domination here from Root. Really, really nice push. Now come up with the elite as well. Now got Mirages and the GIs pushing in. Realest selling. Hoping to keep it in, but the GG is being called. And now they're on equal lives. 2-2 now. What a showing for Root GG. Alright, now lives are even. 2-2. Root just absolute fucking beast so far, man. He is not letting it down in any sense of form. Such dominance here from Root. He might just be the next burger on Team Marko. He might just do a burger. Just eliminate 4 players in total. Who was it that took away 2 lives from him? Was it Zed, I think? In Yuri's Revenge. Yeah, Zed was the one who took away 2 lives from Root. If Root wasn't in such a predicament, I think he will probably be pushed along a lot further. Considering that he is down 2 lives. Let's say he didn't face Zed and he faced someone else, would have been a different story there. Yeah, exactly, Turbo. So actually, I think Root volunteered to go up first. It wasn't necessarily a decision from Marko per se. But on Latof's side, they did decide to send in. I think it was a collective decision to send in the players. Meanwhile, on Team Marko was a little bit more voluntary, I think. But I do think Marsh would be a killer for Team Latof. whenever he gets in the ring. He's gonna be an absolute menace for sure. I know Jamil and Turbo. Gunman is busy, and Turbo, I don't know. I think Turbo's busy as well. Collective decision, yeah. What's up, Chris? Yeah, I think a Marsh versus Root is gonna be really interesting if it comes down to it. So Root just getting Jerome there. Nah, man, Darius is A class. Darius is A minus. I wouldn't put him in A plus, but he was in A minus. Darius is better than you, Necrons. Oh, and I'm sorry to say, but that is the truth. The dude can play both Allied and Soviet really well, man. Especially in 2v2s and in 1v1s as well. He's been QMing of late as well. Ooh, look at this push from realest. I like it. I like it. Very much aggressive, killing the gems as well. That's a little bit of equal loss now for him. Does he get another efficient refinery up? I think both players might reach the middle in the same timing here. But 2 watts for realest, 3 for Roots. Doesn't matter if you fear him or not. I mean, you can play a much better person than not be scared. I mean, look at this from realest. This is what I'm talking about. Realest is not to be really aggressive in his gameplay. Really aggressive and really, I think, just on the forefront. Absolute domination in terms of tank control as well. He has some really good tank control, realest. But I think right now the thing that's letting him down is the builds and the decision making and knowing when to push in. Right now he's doing the right thing, so he's pushing in, sniping a couple rhinos, but not really committing 100%. Because that would be too much of a risk. Yeah, I get you. They offer Thai massages with a happy ending, maybe. I could use one. Right, so both players now starting to touch the middle ground. But an early radar out from realest. We have a forward racked as well. Looking to build towards the other gem patches. Looks like realest is on the way too, but first also out from realest already. Now Root is on the way. I don't think bottom right has a slight advantage with the gem positioning. Or maybe, yeah, I think bottom right does have an advantage because they can only build down from this corner. And the gems are right there. If these gems were on the other side, then it would be a lot more even. But because it's a 2v, it's a 4-player map, right? So they can't really do that, I think. Maybe if this gets pushed back a little bit further, the gems could be pushed up a little bit more. Let's make it a little bit more even. So this is what makes Dawn of Peril really good. This is where things come into play. Let's see. So no splits happening elsewhere. Both players are absolutely focused in the middle. Root already grabbing that second patch of gems. He is well up in his eco, and look at that forward war factory positioning. realest replies of the same, but sentry guns now being popped out. Being pooped out from both. Huge deso there for Root down towards the middle. Both players just inching around that tank control. realest gonna track back and then deploy the deso, but the dogs. The deso does get a deploy, but the dogs take away most of the desos. The miner from realest does take away Root's desos though. Both players are going at it here. realest needs a sentry gun before pushing in. The miner does get sniped for Root, but is that the correct decision here from Root? He might have just taken the micro away, but realest is going to be the one to retreat first in that engagement. He came hiding behind the refinery before engaging, but the tank, oh, the tank pathing there, just letting realest down. Tank pathing absolutely letting him down there. Now Root can split off to try and snipe a couple of miners here. And down towards the bottom, realest completely out tank. He needs to use those desos to help him with another segment, but the deso gets eaten by yet another dog. It is a 0 split game. I keep checking for splits, but nothing is happening. Root pulling it down with the forward builds. Nice Deso there from realest. That's gonna force Root to go in under the desolation. Cedric gonna take it out. And now Root has made way into realest's base. And he's spinning down towards the bottom as well. Targeting that war factory. Most of the rhinos here are damaged, but Elite coming out of nowhere. Realest needs some sentry guns. Root is completely out of eco, but realest out of the game. And that's gonna be one life left for realest. Root absolutely fucking dominating so far. GG. Alright, now we got bounty on the Roots. A nice little bounty on Root here. $50 for realest if he manages to eliminate Root here for realest. So let's see whether that happens here in Stormy Weather. Whereas Matt, it's the weekend, so Matt's probably out partying and is probably hungover. But yes, a little bit of motivation there from Turbo, one of the main sponsor and the organizer of this. $50 for realest if he manages to eliminate Roots. So that is the what do you call it? The challenge out right now. You know what? Actually, standing up is making my feet hurt. Oh boy! I haven't actually tried playing R2 standing up. It's probably gonna be a fucking nightmare. Yep, Turbo gave an extra incentive. Trying to, yeah, trying to. Sorry about that. Alright, so we've got similar builds going on here. Actually, yeah, decently similar builds. The only difference is that the Root is sending one miner from the war factory to the gems. realest is not really sending. I'm expecting a second refinery here from realest pretty soon. That's probably the standard build. We've got a drone here as well for both players. Oh, not on the gold. And on the back. That's nice movement from realest. And it takes away Root's drone as well. Alternate every 30 minutes or so? Yeah, true. I mean, I've been streaming for 30 minutes. So maybe after this, I'll go. There we. Root 3-0 so far, yep. So realest is down to his last life. This is the only lifeline that he has. Okay, Root trying to spread across here. realest taking the first initiative in taking on that middle oil. Maybe trying to capture it, I don't know. Look at Root splitting off as a diversion. And now you can make some ground towards the middle. It's a nice play from Root. Not sure why realest pulled back towards the middle. He could have taken out that oil. There's no half health. It looks like he is not committing another miner down towards the bottom left either. That's useful and not useful in a sense. Useful in the sense that if, let's say, Root splits like he is doing now, he'll only lose one miner instead of two. Secondly, the gems are gonna be really slowly picked off. Is that a lab that just got sold there from realest? I think it was. Yeah, both players going on lab tech obviously, but realest forcing to sell their lab from that little split from Root. Root running into a little bit of eco issues now, but realest pushing in once again towards the top right. Here we are, is out from him as well. Another player lineup for Team Latov. Yes and no. Maybe the person can't. The person can only make it after 7 PM GMT, I think. So I see up now for Roots. realest obviously has to rebuild that lab and net. I see, but ooh, nice push here from realest onto the top right hand side. Gets rid of both rhinos. Is he gonna push in or is he gonna track back here? He should be tracking back, getting rid of that miner. Not sure why I continue pushing on forward there. Another split down towards the bottom as well here. Root does himself from Desos for defense. Looks like Root just playing the waiting game here, waiting for that IC to be ready. Nice squid there from realest. forcing Root to waste another $2,000 on that Dreadnought. But Root now IC is ready in about 2 minutes. He's looking to push forward down towards the middle. So realest kills the... I think he wants to kill both bridges there. Yep, he definitely wants to kill both bridges there. He doesn't want to risk it for another biscuit. Oh, a bit of a wasted IC there from Root. Big yikes, only 2 rhinos. Realist looking, doing the right thing and spitting off to the other side. But Root's main forces, so another force going down to his spawner to snipe another miner. And the miner does get sniped. And to his bottom left, top right. Realist survives just for a little bit. Look at the defensive setup as well from Realist. So to get through here, Root's gonna sustain some pretty heavy damages. So Realist gonna lose that oil down in bottom left. Motherfuckers, learn how to read, my guy. Learn how to read. Look at this, Realist preparing for the IC across the bridge and the maximum IC there, just short of 9. And he's gonna do some real damage here. The miners are gonna get sniped. The MC is probably gonna go down. The Root's swapping over the drones. Some are droned here, but have to be careful because Root does have an IC ready. He's gonna IC his own IC probably. The drones are still on the way. Or not. Or not. Root did not IC his own IC. But in the meantime, Root trying to split by himself. Root, Realist does have a couple units to defend. And he gets away scot-free there and saves his IC as well. So Realist on the up and up here in terms of eco and in general the game. Really nice pushes overall. Looks like the MCV did get sold as well from Realist. So he moved his MCV to the other side. I think there was a split as well that I missed. That forced him to sell that MCV. Now he has the opportunity to kill that oil again. But I think he's gonna wait for his IC. Nice little cure up as well. I think that's where Root is realizing that there is a defensive setup here on the left side, so he can't really push there unless he uses his IC. Good chase with that desert from Root. Oh, look at this push across the bridge! The bridge gets destroyed along with a couple of rhinos. So Realist IC is not ready. Root's trying to kill the bridge to stop that from happening. Will he get it? Will he get it? Will he get it? The bridge gets destroyed and he gets only 4 rhinos IC'd. Can he do any damage from this though? He wants to get rid of the drones and the flag so the rhinos can do maximum damage. He's gonna go for the MTV instead. Did not get the drones out, but he has 1 drone that got across the bridge and is taking out most of the flag here from Root. Oh my god, and it goes into the miner. What a play here from Realist on Stormy Weather. Forces the cell on the power. The Warp Factory is gonna go down and the rhinos are gonna come in as well down to his top right. From top right, sorry. There's the GG. What a showing there from Realist. That's what we like to see here. Absolute comeback on the way. So Root now down to 1 life. We're all even. Oh, fuck off. And here we are for the final round of day 17. Root and Realist. Root, absolute beast so far, taking out 2 players, but can he beat Realist? We're down to 1 life each. Let's see how this goes. Obviously, Turbo did make a incentive, a little bit of an incentive there for Realist. $50 if he managed to beat Root. I'm not sure whether Realist can keep it up to the top. So he did beat Root on Stormy Weather on his map pick. The rules have not changed, guy. You just don't understand them. Both players are picking RE2 as their game mode, so they are playing RE2 the entire series. If, let's say, Root picked Yuri's Revenge, and then they would do a mixed series. Nah, realest is RE2. He was back in Extras as well. Yeah, I get you. My bad. So mirror build so far. Excuse me. God damn, it's so realist to be a Yuri guy. I like that. I like that. Very good point there, Sander. In fact, so much of a good point. There you go. A bit after 2 minutes, sure. Dog pin. I do feel that Yuri's is more fun. I can technically play both. I used to QM RE2, but I no longer QM RE2 because I know QM in general, but I no longer QM RE2 because every time I go into RE2 I get my ass stomped, so I go Yuri instead. But in general, I can play both, but if let's say I do have a preferred game mode, it depends on what I want to do. Nice hidden sentry gun. If let's say I just want to have fun and play around a little bit, I'll go Yuri. If I want to play a little bit more serious, I'll go RE2. Nice little build here from realest up onto the hill there. Root taking the other route or the other route, so he is in the middle of both patches there. Nice split from Root. Almost gets a miner, but doesn't. We're on 8 miners now for realest. Root is on 9. And he goes in for another drone here. Are we gonna see a 9th miner from realest? Not so soon. He's still on 8 here. And that miner is damaged. He's not gonna risk it going back to the gems. Siblings plugin. I just EQ the I EQ the 5k because my Go XLR does not have, mine is a small one, so I don't have a de-esser. So I just EQ my my S's down. It's not enough. I think I have to put it down lower. Like a lot lower. Yeah, Root loves Arabian Oasis. This is why I think that it might have been a bait map pick from Root, because Root loves Arabian Oasis, so he maybe picked the rest or the other maps as kind of bait so that realest can't veto Arabian Oasis. That's my guess. Not too sure. Yeah, it does. You know, the funniest thing is that this is not how my S's usually sound like. I have a lisp, and I kind of trained myself to not talk with a lisp. So I would usually talk like, my S's would sound like this. It's never sound like that. It's like at the back of my throat. I can't even do it right now. It's hard to do when I'm speaking naturally. But I've trained myself not to speak with a lisp so much that I cannot even speak without the lisp. Yeah, the lisp isn't obvious because I trained myself not to talk with the lisp anymore. It comes up from time to time when I get overly excited, but most of the time I've trained to not do that. So, right, so got 1, 2, 3, 4 wolf hatchets for realest. Root on 5. Yep, he's on 5, and look at his defensive setup once again. Very Latof-esque from realest. Nice drones as well with the death cells behind the sentry guns. Drones constantly doing damage here, but is it enough? The MSP is gonna get picked off really nicely. He needs to deploy those death cells. Maybe he shouldn't have committed all the rhinos forward here. Just pull back a little bit. Because there's no sentry guns as well from him when they were attacking. When Root was attacking down towards the bottom side. And now realest out tank along the front as well. Root getting towards the middle. It's not looking good for realest there. Absolutely not looking good. He's getting hit around the back. Another war factory goes down. The mine is going to be up next. Dead Souls out there as well. They're going to do some nice chip damage. And now he goes in with the Dead Souls, but he's on his own tank as well. Oh, that is the risk of going with Dead Souls. And that is why he had a sentry gun there, just to help him with the drones if there was any. But Root ripping ass so far. Realest just unlucky there with the Death Souls deploy onto his own rhinos as well. So his rhinos are going to be quite damaged. And Root's eco is going to start running away here. Realest with 10k in the bank. But it doesn't look like he spent enough money on wall factories, because currently Root has about 5 wall factories. Realest was down by a war factory. He definitely could have made 1 or 2 more war factories there. Because his eco is about 10k. He was about on 10k. Obviously not anymore. But Root wanting to split once again. He is out tanking realest about 3-1 at this stage. It's pretty much a game lost there. No tank control needed from Roots at all. When you're out tanking by that much. And the last ditch efforts here with the Death Souls from realest. But that last war factory goes down, and that is the end of realest's crew battle journey. Taking out by Roots. Once again here, Root taking out yet another person. And another player, sorry. Down it goes. GG. But Root now with 1 life. So the next player will have quite an easy time here. Let's see.